but I have to go. I got to go to work. So you are live now.
Okay.
You and Russ. All right.
Later, Gary.
All right.
Hey, good seeing you, Russ. Good seeing you, Rob. I'll see y'all later.
All right, man.
All right, bye.
Let's see here.
Hey, Rob. Long time no see.
I'm trying to see if I can get invite Simon up here. I don't know if Simon. Let's see if he can come up too. Yeah. Shoot.
What part of Louisiana you live in?
I live in DeQuincy, Louisiana. That's about 20 miles north of DeQuincy.
Okay.
I mean, Lake Charles, 20 miles
Lake
north.
Charles. Okay. You're more on the western side of Louisiana.
Yeah, almost. About yeah.
Are you going to Houston Rodeo by any chance? You're not. You're a lot
I
closer.
wanted to go this year. My wife can't get off yet because she works at Walmart. Shoot, come on, man.
Hey, Rob, don't forget to go over to your YouTube channel.
Okay.
And pin the link.
Okay, I will.
All right.
Okay.
I'm out.
Just a second, Russ. Let me get that over there. Still there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess everybody bailed out whenever that other one went down.
I guess so. They didn't know what was going
on. I don't see no more comments.
Yeah. I didn't know what happened. Let's see.
I didn't even realize anything happened. We were just sitting there talking.
Yeah, he was wanting to go live earlier this morning. I had to go to Walmart and get some stuff. And,
yeah. But you're retired too, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm on disability. I got where I couldn't work anymore and stuff. I worked with my mom and daddy's logging business for 15 years, and I worked for Walmart for 7, and they went out of business. They decided to retire, so I said, I'm going to go on disability because it's so darn hard to it's just so hard to get hired out there right now. And I have a degree in associate's degree in networking, computer networking and stuff, but
okay.
Yeah, and everything. So you got your other channel kicked off yet?
Well, it's there, and matter of fact, that's the reason I'm watching this weather. I'm gonna probably get out there tomorrow and shoot some footage and get the first one out. I've been getting stuff I've got enough stuff right here right now to do 1, 2. I probably got enough to do 6 or 7 videos back to back. And anyway, it starts. I'm gonna try to have a video. I ain't gonna try. I'm gonna do it if I'm still alive. Have my first video out like first of next week. Plus, I'll have one out for my Smoker Ribs channel, maybe, possibly.
Yeah. They Uncle Steve and all of them are going this year to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I talked to him today and called him, wished him good luck and everything. And they're going to have a big turnout over there. He said probably by Friday night they'll have over 100,000 people there in that whole thing. The way they're talking, it must be like I forgot how many days. He said like 20 something days of events and stuff, but they're only doing the cook-off.
Right. And I'll tell you what else is like that. People hear Memphis in May, they think that's just a big barbecue thing. Well, it is, but there's also Memphis in May, like downtown and everything. There's more to it than just barbecue,
Yeah. I noticed though, Malcolm Reed on his channel was saying on one of his podcasts, How to Barbecue Right, that it's gotten so expensive to get a slot over there at Memphis in May, and there's so many regulations
Yeah,
people are complaining because it's not.
I bet.
It's
I,
not
I
affordable.
was I was invited to go with Hog Addiction, local team here, Marcia
Mhm,
Bergeon. That's his team,
mhm,
and they invited me in 21 to go to Memphis in May and just hang out. Now I
mhm,
did some cooking and stuff, but it was just for
mhm,
all of us. It wasn't to be turned in or anything like that. They got their own team that took care of all that, but
mhm,
uh, they got a backer that
mhm.
helps fund all that. But that trip cost $28,000
Ooh.
for everything to get the trailer up there, the spot, everything about it ended
Wow.
up being $28,000.
Does that include the hotel rooms and all that, or
Yes,
just
that was everything.
yeah? That's still
Which I did end up paying for half the room and half the gas to get there. And
mhm,
originally it was supposed to came out of that budget, but they were getting too low on funds, so
mhm.
we had to come up with some of our own money. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was fun though, man. I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
How many days was it over there?
Oh Lord, we got there. I think we left on a Tuesday, got there, and we started. They got all these big, huge tents that they got for every team, and then you go in there and set up your smokers. And Old Hickory actually provided a couple of smokers, plus they had that trailer with a smoker on it.
Mhm,
And you start setting up, and that can
mhm,
take 2 days. And I think it was actually was it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday,
mhm.
or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I don't remember, but Saturday was like the last day of it, and we come back on a Sunday. Maybe it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I think it's 3 actual days. Really don't remember. I'm not a comp guy, I was just invited
Mhm.
because I know a lot of them guys. But
Just like to go and have fun and the experience,
yeah,
huh?
I took
Yeah.
my cell phone. I didn't take no cameras, and that video is on my channel, Memphis in May, and
Okay.
you can
That's
check it
right.
out. You can see what kind of time we had. It was a lot of fun.
Mhm, mhm,
But I shot that entire thing with my phone, and then I had to narrate it once I got back here.
mhm.
I thought it turned out pretty good just to be walking around with a phone.
Yeah. What's up, Des?
Hey, Des.
Yeah, it it sounds like fun. I'd like to go and just see what it's all about. That's what
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
do. Just
That's
the
all I did.
experience.
I drank beer and hung out, man, and watch all these cats do their thing. And like I said, we did some cooking too, just for the team and everybody involved. And
Hmm.
it was fun. I got to meet a lot of people that I knew but never met, you know, and
Hmm.
that was pretty cool. But
Hmm.
yeah, a lot of fun.
Hmm.
A lot of big names show up there in the barbecue world.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
I,
imagine.
my intentions was to go walking around and go, which I've already met Malcolm Reed here at the shed when they had that big thing in 2020. I met him, but I was gonna walk around and maybe meet Myron Mixon and all these different guys. And I
Hmm.
never, I never could bring myself to get out of my chair long enough to go walk anywhere, man. I'm sitting there drinking beer, just having a good old time. I never walked around one time, other than one night we went around for a short walk, just me and a few other guys, and that was
Taking
it.
in the smells, huh? He's
I
taking the
finally
smell.
said if they can come meet me. I'm not walking around. It's huge. It's a big place.
Yeah. I heard it's something to see. It
Yeah.
really is. Uh
It
huh.
used to be on the river, but the year I went, it was on like some sort of fairgrounds or something. And
Hmm.
every few minutes, a plane is flying overhead because there's an airport not too far. And most of them planes were like FedEx planes flying in. Got to be a major hub there or something.
Must be. It must be some, quite a bit. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll be right back. I just got something delivered to the
Okay.
front
Okay. I gotta
door.
let my dog out in just a second. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Come on up, Des, if you want to. Steven, how's it going, buddy? What's going on, dude?
Just got home for the day.
You got a chance to get out a little bit, huh?
Well, yeah, I volunteer at the birth cottage 3 days a week. My cousin's a midwife, so I'm the one that does like all the filing and making of birth certificates and stuff like that when I'm there. And I came back yesterday to a disaster because I was out for 2 weeks.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Russ got something.
That's what UCS just dropped off. That is one of those dry eraser boards like you write on.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got that for my new channel. Like if there's something I'm trying to explain, I figured it'd be easy to just kind of draw it out. And matter of fact, one of the videos, one in particular, I can kind of explain better if I actually draw it out. So I ordered that.
Yeah.
Cool. It's easy when you can show something what you're talking about.
Yeah. Kind of as you're explaining it, you can actually draw it out. What the first thing that come to mind, I want to show. I got a condensate drain on my coming off my furnace, and my evaporator is, and I want to show the way it's plumbed compared to the way it should have been plumbed, and then the way that I'm going to replumb it, for easy clean out and stuff like that. But that's the reason I bought it. But I've heard I can use it on a lot of different videos of that nature.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. I got to let my dog out just a second.
Now it's your turn.
Yep.
Hey,
yeah,
Steve.
breaks are good.
I see Steven in the house. Simon's back in.
Yeah, I just walked in the door and turned on the computer. It's like, oh, because I had peeked earlier and him and Gary were up. And then I looked back. It's like, oh, 6 minutes back online. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Gary accidentally turned off the other live and killed it. So start a new one.
Well, that's good. That means I get to enjoy the second half of the live.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a crazy community I have.
Oh, it's crazy, huh?
Yeah. I've got the homesteading community, you all, and another community. And am I peaker? Yeah, when I'm at the cottage, so I don't miss anything that's going on, I'm a peaker.
Was you on the live with Ryan this morning? I saw he had a live.
I didn't know he went live. I was at the cottage. I was so busy. I mean, I was out for 2 weeks, and they had 3 piles around my desk. Like I had a pile of my fax that was like current that I had to take care of right away. Then I had a pile like this big of clients that are no longer with us. And then I had another pile was a second group of had to be taken care of right away. So I got one pile gone, the other pile about this big, but then I still have this big to go. And I've done 4 birth certificates. So yeah. And we have another mom in labor, so I'll probably be doing another one on Thursday.
Wow.
So yeah.
You've been pretty busy then.
Yeah, that's what happens when I'm away for 2 weeks. All heck breaks loose. The one that keeps the ship steering straight is gone, and everything goes chaos.
Yeah, Steven, I really do, man. Thank God I got a spare bedroom. All my overflow goes back there. All the big heavy stuff.
I need a spare bedroom just for all my decor.
My wife's got a bed in there, and she keeps it set up because she's got like a granddaughter that's supposed to be coming to spend the summer with us and all that. But man, if that bed wasn't in there, I would have that thing outfitted with stainless table. That would become my sausage stuffing room because all my equipment's back there already. Some's in a closet, and I got this dresser in there. It's got all kind of stuff on it. Now I got this new warming oven. It'll live back there. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna build that or buy that stainless table. I want that in the kitchen where I can actually use it anytime I want it. Flip it on, and
How big your room is? Your room that you got all your stuff in?
It ain't very big. This house is small, man. This thing was built like in the mid '60s when they built small homes, and I've never measured it. This is the smallest room in the house, the one I'm in. That's because I made it my computer room. But the one adjacent to this wall right here is the other one. It's a little bit bigger.
So you grind all your meat and stuff in a room that's in your house, huh?
Well, normally I do it all in my kitchen, but I have to load the equipment back and forth. Once I clean and wash it, it'll go back there to be stored.
Yeah.
But if I could have that whole room, then I would have my stainless steel tables. I've got a table over at Derek's house, my son, where we used to shoot videos, and it's a big roll around stainless table with a 3/4 inch cutting board on top, and that's what I used over there to make all my sausage with. I'd get that over here and put it in that room, and I'd have that set up, but that ain't gonna happen no time soon.
He shut down Rob's live earlier, so Rob had to do a new live.
Yeah, he was Gary put that on there because he was laughing about it. That was actually he hit the wrong button, I think.
That gives DJ ammunition,
Oh yeah.
DJ's like, what can I say now? What ammunition do I have?
DJ, he might have just got up.
That's true. No, sometimes he gets out of bed between 1 and 2. Every once in a while. It depends on his brother, really.
I figured the earliest we'll see him is about 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever his brother's doing at the moment. If his brother's not busy, then he'll come get him out of bed.
I got woke up this morning, but with a phone call, and I can't see nothing hardly without my glasses. I'm sitting there trying to look at this phone, and finally I made out Smokehouse Bayou. I went, oh, that's Brian. And he called me the other night wanting to know if I had he makes boudin himself. He said, but man, I cook like grandma. I put a little this and a little that. I'm opening the place in Van Cleve, and right now we're not going to be open to the public. We're trying to iron out some really solid recipes, something I can duplicate over and over again. So I gave him my boudin recipe, which I tried to mimic Best Stop boudin when I created this recipe. And I'll tell you what, it's freaking close. It's real close. Yeah. And anyway, I sent the recipe to it. So he made 30 pounds yesterday. And he had to call me just to tell me, my God, that's good stuff, man. And his dad is Cajun, straight out of Louisiana. And he told him before that, he wasn't crazy over his boudin because the way Brian made it, he actually used smoked meats. And, if you've ever made boudin, you boil that meat down and everything. So the recipe I got calls for the traditional way. And his dad tried it and loved it. And he said, I want to bring you a pack of it. I want you to try it out. And I'm like, well, I already know what it's going to taste like, but okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I wish I was raised with my uncle. My uncle is a butcher in Germany. Well, maybe he was not. Maybe he's retired now, but he was a big time butcher in Germany, and he would make all the German stuff, the schnitzel and sausages and bratwurst and liverwurst and all that stuff. I'm like, to be raised around all that good food.
Oh yeah, I know.
My grandma was some German, and every year we would order what they call a stolen. It was a type of coffee cake or something. We ordered it from Aspen. I know Alpenland company. They sold all the German stuff, and that was our tradition every year that we'd order one, and it was about $10-15 for that cake, and they had them with raisins, they had them with everything, but what we ordered, the one with the powdered sugar on top, which of course I'm diabetic now, I can't have that.
Yeah,
I'm not beyond ordering another one, no.
Surprised I ain't diabetic. Actually, I could be. I haven't been checked in a few years. My mom was a diabetic. My grandpa was a diabetic. I do feel a little lightheaded and kind of all centered sometimes. I probably just need to lose some weight. That's all I need to do. But
I'm on that Monjaro, and it does good. It curbs your appetite, but I take it for my diabetes, and it keeps me in the 6s. It does pretty good.
Yeah.
but it's so darn expensive. Everybody's having to. Some people are getting it for weight loss; they're getting it for free. But we're paying, like me and my wife, $138 a month copay to have it for just
Wow.
30 days at a time.
There you go.
It's outrageous. And they
Yeah.
said, "Well, if you didn't have insurance, it'd be $2,000." I said, "Well, I do have insurance, and I'm paying $800 a month for that." But yeah,
Gracious.
it's crazy. The
That is.
pharmaceutical world's gone crazy.
They
Yeah,
got us over the barrel, man. When it comes to these meds and stuff like that, you got to have them.
I'm getting you up, Simon. What's
Scared
up?
you. I
So
scared
some,
Yeah, it scared me a little bit. Yeah.
What's up,
What's
bro?
up, dude?
Oh, let me change my color, man. It's like, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah,
Man, it's a, it's a
look a
little
little
bright.
hazy. Yeah, probably from that window, huh?
Yeah, it's too bright in here right now. I usually only don't live stream at night, so it's like I gotta change around my lighting up here a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So y'all getting ready for the cook off, huh?
Yeah, I'm actually that's what I've been doing. I've been packing my bag.
Yeah.
Uh,
Y'all leaving out what?
I
Not
leave.
this Wednesday or next Wednesday?
No, I leave Thursday. It's this week. The
This week.
the yeah,
Okay.
the whole shindig is this week.
Wow. No, man, that's gonna
where are
be.
you flying out of?
San Antonio, going to Houston.
Okay. How far are you from San Antonio?
I'm in San Antonio.
Oh, you're in San Antonio.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
All right.
Airport's like 30 minutes away from me, so
Okay. Yeah. Anytime I fly, I have to fly to Gulfport, which is about 20-minute drive, I guess, 25, something like that.
I left my drink on the other room. Darn it.
If I fly out of Tallahassee, it's like $200 more. If I go to Jacksonville or Panama City, it's $200 less. It's
I
crazy.
could probably actually get someone like to drive me to New Orleans and then fly out of there. I not only could I get probably a one-way flight, it would probably be cheaper, but it's just a pain trying to get somebody to drive you all the way to New Orleans. That's a good hour and a half from here, and plus all the traffic, and I'll just pay the difference, which I don't fly much anymore. I flew up to Wisconsin year before last, and that was last time.
Mhm.
I'm only gonna be in the air for an hour. It's gonna take me an hour to get to Houston.
Yeah, you're gonna do this.
You
As
gonna have
soon
time about one drink. That's about it, huh?
as soon as you make
Yeah.
that full incline, they're gonna go a little ways. They're gonna start declining.
Yeah.
You'll be there.
Be able to finish one pack of crackers. That's about it, huh?
Possibly, yeah. And I'm leaving the house early so I can, because my flight leaves at 9 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and so I want to be there like at 7. So I'm leaving the house about 6 just to beat the traffic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Then I need to get past TSA and then get my luggage checked in and all that, and then get myself in the plane.
right.
The
So that rodeo, Simon, it's in downtown Houston area, or is it just
It's
like
it.
a little?
It's in the RNG Stadium parking lot.
Oh, okay. So,
I think
wherever
he'll
that-
spend more time going through the lines than he will be flying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. But yeah, it's in RNG Stadium. It's in the parking lot actually, and then they'll have the carnival there already set up, and a couple of stages for live music,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then I think like 300 teams or so are going to be cooking.
Man, yeah, that's gonna be.
That's
Yeah, I
a lot.
know. That's gonna.
When I went to,
I was
Go
gonna say
ahead.
the shed here. That one year that I went there, I was invited to hang out with a team to that too. They had 200 plus teams there, just a little over 200. So 300 is quite a bit.
well, actually 300 was San Antonio, Rodeo Houston just under 300, like 250, 275, something like that.
Still a lot though. Yeah.
Mhm.
I enjoy just walking around, watching or looking at all these different smokers and rigs and stuff like that.
That's what I wanted to do here in San Antonio, but part of the setup was in a parking lot. The other half was over gravel. like a
Uh,
large cobble, and it
Yeah.
was loose. I couldn't roll over that.
right. You'd have to have mud grips or something.
Bigger muscle.
Yeah, that's like when I went to Tales from the Palace in Jimson, Alabama, last September. We get out. It took forever for my daughter to try to push me across the grass to the gravel to where the drive is, and I couldn't even see the event. I got to meet Cog Hill Farm, Jason and Brooke, and turn around and be flagged down one of the workers in the little two-seater. I'm like, hey, can you ask your boss if I can get a ride back to my car? Because my wheelchair will not go through. So I waited, and the boss came back with the guy and goes, okay, back it up, move it closer, come on. So they helped me get on. And then my daughter's trotting behind with the wheelchair.
Don't they
Back
make
the car as I was going in the buggy.
what are these? I don't
This
guess
is
you call
worse
it a
stuff.
wheelchair, but they do have these carts with pneumatic tires on them that I've seen. I've seen people actually get on the side of the street and run down the road and trying to swerve to miss them, but
No side by
something
side
like
same
that
thing.
would be good. Pneumatic
Yeah, it's like
tires.
they forget when they host these events that there's people with wheelchairs or walkers, that want to come and enjoy the event.
Sure.
No matter what event it is, it could be a concert, it could be a barbecuing thing,
Right.
and all of us get sidestepped because they don't realize what it's like to go on these terrains with our wheelchairs or our walkers that are not compatible.
Right.
And
So
it's
San Antonio,
we're buyers. You know,
right? The San Antonio Road cook-off. Like I said, it was half of it on pavement, the other was on cobblestone, but there were big cobbles, and it was loose. It wasn't compacted, so if I try to get in there, I was gonna mess up my wheelchair.
Yeah, those are hard to
it
walk
could be
on.
big,
Roll
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Houston, it's all paved parking lot.
Okay, that's why Memphis and May was when I went. It was all pavement, everything, all asphalt.
So my wheelchair came back really, really dirty from that part of the rodeo that the cook-off that I got to see in San Antonio.
Yeah,
Because of all the tar on the pavement,
right. Yeah,
My hands were dark.
You got road film on it, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably wear some gloves. You know what? I do have some gloves. I'll take those with me.
You definitely wear some gloves. I'm going to the event again this year, and they know. I'll hang with them at the hotel. We'll have buffet at Shoney's, but I'm going to lead Alabama to Buc-ee's. I'm like,
Buc-ee's.
I'll see you later. I'm going to Buc-ee's. I'm going to Ollie's.
They just should do the whole shindig at Buc-ee's, man. Just to hang outside. They have snacks,
Right.
they have food, they have drinks.
I took a picture of the sign where they how much they're paying for people who work, and I almost asked the brick. I mean, it was what they were like $18, $20 an hour to work at Buc-ee's. If you work the overnight shift, it's like an extra dollar or two. I'm just like, I'll go work in the bathroom. I'll clean the bathrooms. The cleanest bathrooms I've ever been in, and the handicap bathroom is towards the front of the bathroom,
It's right
not
by
way
the
in
door.
the corner.
It's right by the door.
I absolutely love. I think every bathroom should be like that.
The two I've been into had the handicap stalls right. It was 2 or 3 of them right by the front door at the entrance of the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah. I think every bathroom should be equipped like that. Handicap towards the front, and only the handicap. You have to, you have a matron or somebody that lets you in.
Yeah, and I've had problems like certain venues where the handicap stall was like in the back corner of the bathroom. So it's like I have to go through the sinks and all the people waiting for the stalls and stuff.
Yeah,
and make myself to the back.
Yeah, and it's not that, but it's people that are able-bodied. They're using the bathroom.
Oh, I hate that. Yeah.
Us have to use the bathroom. It's just like, please don't. Let us be able to use the bathrooms. We can't get our butts into those skinny little stalls with our wheelchairs. They're making them as small as the airline seats. It's like it's the worst.
So also talking about airlines. So I have to transfer from my wheelchair to one of their transfer chairs that have small tires. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Mom, I think Mom's talking to him.
Oh, okay.
He just dropped down. He's still there. He's got his
Okay.
camera off. So when his camera is off, he's like, between the basement and us. I call it the green room. You know, so he can still talk. We just can't see him.
Yeah.
But since he's got to go off camera, mom's probably there. He's like, okay. But he can hear everything we say, and he can
Kinda
pop
like
on the
that.
mic. There you go.
Yeah.
Now go do it again, Russ, and start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
me?
You know, you can talk to us. We can hear you.
Okay.
So yeah, I call it the green room.
Yeah, I'm just stop cam. I'd have to mute myself plus stop cam for you not to hear me, but I would still be in here. You know.
Yeah, I do that too. When my kids come down, I turn off the camera, and sometimes I'll be in somebody's live, and I drop down. They're like, "Is she still here?" Yeah, she's still here. She's just her kid's in the room. Her kid came down.
Yeah.
And you know, StreamYard was doing that a little different. It would still have a placeholder, and it would just have your icon in the center of it. You know, when you stop the cam, but it's now it just disappears. That's kind of new, I think. I think.
Yeah. So you're not going to any competitions late in the near future, Russ?
No, like I said, I'm not really a comp guy, and I only go usually when I'm invited or something like that. We have the shed here every year, that big SCA event, but I mean, it's right down the road. It's like 10 minutes from where I'm sitting, and I don't ever go.
Yeah.
It's just,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, I don't like big crowds of people, you know, just like walking around. But if I'm invited to something like that, I know I'm going to be hanging out with a team. That's cool.
Yeah.
If I'm just walking around and stuff, I care less about that, really, you know.
Yeah.
What's up, Al? Al Lunacy.
Hey, Al.
Yeah. I'd like to go to one of them SCA events. I never seen anything like that.
Hey,
What I like about them is a one-day event, and anybody can do it, and it don't break the bank. Those are pretty inexpensive. You can throw a pop-up tent, a little 8x8 pop-up tent, some sort of. You can even use a Weber Smoky Mountain or a Weber kettle. Really depend on what you're doing. If you're in they got the steak, then they got the ancillaries, you know, and you can do whatever part of that you want. But it's just inexpensive, and it's only one day. At the end of the day, you shut everything down, or at night, I would say, because usually the judging and all runs into the night. But let's say 9 o'clock at night, you can pack everything up, you're out of there. You know, it's more of a affordable way of competing for pretty much anybody that would want to do it. You know, even though I don't. You know, YouTube is my baby. I mean, I do videos, and that's as far as it goes. Backyard barbecue or front yard in my case.
Yeah. I'd like to meet that guy, Chris, that at Lone Star Grills. I'd like to meet him.
Yeah, I've met him. That first offset I got, I drove to. At that time, he had his place of business in not Conroe, but it's in Conroe now. What was the name of that town? I done forgot. Jeez.
Oh, it's in Conroe? I thought it was close.
It is. It is now. It's in Conroe around now where he had it. Willis, Texas. It's real close. Conroe, Willis, Cut and Shoot, all that's right there together. And went there, had it loaded up on the back of my truck, the truck I used to have, and I got cousins that live in Houston area, and one of them lives right there in Conroe or Cut and Shoot, and so we stayed with her overnight. Got the next morning, drove back. You know, and I was like the first YouTuber he ever took a chance on. And then 6 months later, he asked me, "Did I want a cabinet smoker?" I'm like, "Well, let me think about it." Yeah, okay. And
twist my arm just a little bit.
He had that one shipped to me on an 18-wheeler. And then now he sends them to all kind of creators that's got any kind of size to them that gets decent views, you know. And but yeah, I opened the door for that, and I don't mean to brag or pat my own back, but I did. I pioneered that one myself and made a believer out of him when he started getting
Yeah.
set. You know.
Yeah. I looked at that one. It's a pellet grill. It was like $2,800 for 10.
Yeah, they're. I mean, you can buy grills and all that much higher, more expensive. Like my old Hickory, that Ultra Q is like $6,000 or something dollars.
Oh,
You know,
Mhm.
but he's not too overpriced for the quality you're getting. I mean, it's well built stuff. You know.
Well, I was looking at the fact that Russ, it probably is a grill that would last you forever. Just switch out the electronics every now and then if they go out.
Yeah, and that's the fact. You know, and
Uh,
everything he's got in there is really good quality. Got the fireboard controller. You know, it's
mhm,
American made stuff. Everything in it. The only thing that wasn't made in America is if you get the off road package like I had, the
mhm,
actual rubber tires
uh-huh.
are not. And ask me how I know. I had a guy. I'm sitting there in the video and said every bolt, nut, and screw on this thing is made in the US of A. Some guy coming in, them tires ain't made in the USA. So I had to go read the brand off them tires, and sure enough, them tires come out of China.
Probably Carlisle or something.
I'm like,
Yeah.
well, crap, I didn't do that.
Oops. Yeah.
They
They're golf
called me
cart
out on
tires,
that one.
pretty much, huh?
But
They're
the
golf
grill
cart.
don't come with the tires. That's an add-on. You know,
Yeah.
if you don't add them, it just comes with the big casters.
Yeah. I'd like to have the off-road kit. I could pull that thing. Like if I wanted to go to a competition or something, I could just pull it up on the trailer a lot easier with them off-road tires.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, they're a lot easier to move around.
My
Yeah.
son's got that pellet grill at his house. He's got like a little utility trailer you'd put a lawnmower in. He pulls it up there by himself all the time because he'll take it to Cliff's house, which is right down the road when they have a big barbecue. Then he'll bring it back, roll it back there on his back porch. It's easy to maneuver with them tires. That pellet grill weighs in like 450 pounds, which seems
Yeah.
like a lot, but on them tires, it ain't nothing, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be carrying my pit boss to that little competition down the road here. It's probably about 10, 15 miles from 10, 15 minutes from my house, if that. And I'm probably gonna be wishing I had one with an off-road kit after I get that thing up on that 10x6. That 5x10 trailer.
Right.
I'm gonna
Now,
be cutting that thing.
I've got a video showing installing that off-road package on my offset from I don't know, probably 4 years ago, and I had to put them on after the fact because he didn't have that when I got my offset. It was a couple years later that he started offering these off-road packages. So he sent me one. I got a video swapping it over from casters to that. Now I will say that pit is like 920 something pounds. It's heavy, and it's not as easy to roll because it's just a lot of weight to get rolling. Once you get it rolling, and I'm talking about over grass, over grass. But I can roll it by myself, but it's just a lot harder than what that pellet grill is,
Yeah. I'd love to have one. I wonder if they make now I know they probably don't make a pellet grill on a trailer, but does he make any trailers that are offset?
Oh, he makes trailer pits. Yes, anything you want. That little, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but Blake, what's his name? God, man, the older I get, the least I can remember. But anyway, this kid, he's got some sort of cancer like in his ankles and all. And anyway, he built him one, and you can put anything you want on there. He's got a big, God, this thing's like a 60-inch horizontal offset, and then it's got the vertical cabinet attached to it. That takes up a lot of the trailer. Right behind that, he's got a Santa Maria grill, and then he's got a big toolbox on it, and he's got on the back end. He's got these burners for like if you wanted to boil crawfish, But that total cost on that was like $13,000, and he donated it to this kid. This kid does competition barbecue, and he gave him a flag to fly Lone Star Grill. And he goes to a lot of events. I saw him come through Florida, Texas. He lives in Oklahoma, and everything in between.
Wow.
But he hangs out with Hog Addiction a lot. Marcia, the one that lives by me, and I've met the kid. Matter of fact, they were coming from Florida back going home. No, they were leaving Florida, going to the Texas rodeo last year. And so his family pulled by here, and which I had already met him. I met him at Memphis in May. I met the whole family there, but he wanted to come by here and see me because I was instrumental in helping him get that trailer pit through Chris. You know, they were trying to raise money to where he could buy one at Memphis in May. A lot of people put towards it, and I told Chris, I said, he's already got some money saved up towards this. He said, well, I know Competition Barbecue's high. Tell him just to leave that for that, and we're going to build him a pit. And he did. I'm like, man, that's good people, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's real good people.
Ken just counting down the hours. Less than 2 hours, and the work week is over.
Oh, here we go. Caden Blake is. Yeah, but that's me and him right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember his first name. I couldn't remember his last name because I follow him on Instagram.
And he's got a YouTube channel, Russ?
He does, but I don't think he does much with that. He's more of an Instagrammer, Facebook type thing, possibly TikTok.
Caden Blake is his name?
Yeah, Caden Blake. He's making
where he gets more money.
Kid now is probably only 15 years old. He was like 13 when he started. But
he's like 16, 17 now. Yeah.
He was an athlete that loved football and everything. And then he got stricken with this. It's a type of cancer, I guess, and it attacks his bones. They've already had to rebuild his ankles twice.
Wow.
And he has to take these injections and everything daily. One half of his life is great on the barbecue, and the other half is pain and misery, you know?
Yeah.
But, everybody's reached out and helped this kid along the way, and I did my part, you know, or most as I could anyway.
Cool.
But yeah, good kid, good attitude.
KBS Outdoors is that? I think that's KBS Outdoors Kitchen. It's Instagram.
Yeah, that's it.
And then Caden Blake that's the wrong, but it's KBS outdoor kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's on pretty much all the social medias. Instagram, I know. Facebook, I know. I'm not sure about TikTok. Now, I know he has posted some stuff to YouTube. The biggest problem is his mother helps him record. When she's recording him, she's always holding that phone like that. And I told her, I said, turn that phone sideways for YouTube, and you can keep it like that for everything else. Because I know I keep forgetting. So when you watch
two
videos
phones
on YouTube,
one like this and then one sideways, you know.
Yeah.
And there's my balloons. Shoot, I forgot about the balloon thing.
Where's my balloons?
I must not have it set up. Yeah.
What laptop are you in? Are you using?
I'm in probably. Let me see. Oh, I'm in Facebook. That's
No. What kind of brand is your computer? Your laptop?
Dell.
Okay,
yeah, it works on Apple.
On Apple.
Apple.
We don't get the luxury of the cool toys and the cool things, you know. Poor people.
What you got? Des, what you got?
My son built my computer. I don't know what it is. It's parts and pieces.
Look at the blur. It's just everything blurs behind me.
That looked alien looking.
You running Apple too, Simon?
Yeah, it's a MacBook Pro.
I got a MacBook Pro.
The cheapest one you can get, but I got it.
Yeah.
But I just use it for streaming and for editing. I don't use it for anything else.
Yeah, that's cool.
Daddy Dutch says less than 2 hours of work left for the week. He's going to Houston.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, he's coming to Houston.
Hey Kent, what's up, buddy? Getting ready, huh?
What time is it? Hey, Al, you going to Houston? Are you still here?
I don't know. There's 4 in here. 4 in the chat.
I'm going to try to save for 2025 when they do the meetup again. When Double Dog does a meetup.
Oh,
my daughter has got friends in Houston, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna try to start saving up for that. I'm gonna have to figure out a car ride because it's gonna cost way too much money for two people. It'll be cheaper to drive, but I'll have to stop overnight somewhere.
You've been ready for 3 months.
Yeah,
Plane.
Ken. Me too. I got my tickets back in October, I think, for the for my flight.
Yeah, both of you have been ready forever.
In fact, I just sent in my last payment. Actually, because I did it through PayPal, I just sent. They just took the last $36 for the hotel room. So
Nice.
Okay.
this morning.
I tell you what, plane tickets, man. I bought that plane ticket. I flew from here to Atlanta, from Atlanta to Iola, Wisconsin, and that round trip was like it was over 900. It was like $920. Like God, yeah, I used to do a lot of flying when I worked out in Virginia, and man, I could do a round trip back in them days like $250, and that's what I was expecting when I ordered that ticket. I'm like, whoa, boy, did they go up?
Was that a round trip or was it one way?
That was round trip when I used to work in Virginia, which
No,
that
for that
was
trip. For your
that
other
was in
trip.
2010, 2011. You know, that was
It was
over.
just a regular flight.
That was just a regular flight. Yeah, booking it myself. But like I said, I could probably fly cheaper out of New Orleans, but I don't want the headache of driving all the way that far.
I
or having to
I
get my wife
think
to drive it for-
I
drive
think
out.
I got my ticket early enough where I got the window seat. So they're gonna have to
Yeah.
like shove me in the corner there.
I always
Well,
like the window seat. That way I can
they
get
have to
some footage of it. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, see, because I had to transfer to the wheelchair, they had to transfer. They use a little transfer chair with wheels. It's real narrow little seat down the corridor of the airplane, down to where I have my seat, and then I'll just transfer over to the regular seat. But they won't let me like walk in there. They'll have to put me in the little transfer chair.
They have a ramp that goes up in there, Simon, into the plane, or they?
Yeah, yeah. From the building to the airplane, it's a ramp.
It's a ramp. Oh, cool.
Dang, Ken, I need to talk to you. Find out where you buying your tickets at.
And then right before you get to the into the airplane, they'll transfer you from, or maybe they'll even transfer you inside the building. But usually they transfer me. No, they'll transfer you inside when you at the gate, because they gotta take your wheelchair and put it under the airplane.
Yeah.
For stowage. But yeah, that's when they do the transfer, and I'm able to transfer in and out with no problem. So there's some people that can't, so I don't know how they do that.
I think
That's not a crop duster, is it?
I think one reason my ticket was so high that
$245.
it was right at 4th of July. You know, I flew like 4th of July weekend is the only thing I can think. I need to go in there because it's different this year. It's later. It's like the week after the 4th. I just need to go. I use Expedia to book it with, but man, as cheap as I could find. You know, I did have some wanting to fly me to Chicago and then Iola. I didn't do that because I've never been to Chicago airport. And I'm like, I know Atlanta. I'll just fly to Atlanta to there. That could have had something to do with it too. I don't know.
My
You
ticket
want
was
to hear something really funny? I was just looking up flights real quick. For here to Houston, from Tallahassee to Houston, it's anywhere from 519 to 700 something, with like 14-hour over
layover.
If I go out of Panama City, which is like 2 hours away or 2.5 hours away, somebody drives me, something like that, it's like $278, and it's a 2 hour and 6 minute flight, round trip per person. And I'm only 2.5 hours away from, and if I do it from Jacksonville, it'll be the same thing. But to do it out of here, and this is an international airport.
Yeah, my ticket was $207.96 round trip.
That ain't bad, son.
Oh,
Like I said, it's only an hour flight, so I'm pretty close.
Omaha, Houston. Okay.
And again, it was early enough where I think when I bought my ticket, that flight just became available that day. So I've been watching prices. I've been watching tickets prices for a while.
Yeah. Shoot.
I think my hotel's more expensive than the airline ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far is y'all's hotel from the rodeo?
Mine is 3 miles.
3
So it's pretty
miles?
close. I can actually take an Uber and not
Yeah.
spend a whole bunch of money.
It's not bad at all.
Mm-mm.
An Uber, depending on what time of day.
Mm.
I don't care.
But I think you got enough guys that would pick you up in a heartbeat. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna really be struggling for a ride.
Randy's gonna be there too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
Eddie.
he lives there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. He lives right down there.
Yeah, him and
Challenge
Chrissy. Yeah, him and Chrissy had already made plans with Uncle Steve to be there. At the rodeo. I think they're gonna be there all 3 nights.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I plan on going next year. I just didn't. I didn't find out in time and
Right.
stuff. My wife's got to work at. She works at Walmart, so she won't be able to get off that quick. But next year we plan on coming. I told Uncle Steve that, and he said, "Yeah," he said that'd be awesome.
Well, you bought enough shake.
Yeah. I got some more in today. I bought from him and stuff. I try to keep a lot of my the original in.
Mhm.
I might start buying that by the pound.
Yeah, I think it'll be cheaper. You buy it by the pound.
Mm-hmm. And shipping, one time compared to over and over and over, that shipping is high with everything now.
Don't
Hey,
forget your extra tires, Ken
Hey
said.
Dutch. Hey Dutch. I won't fuck with my knife either, so we're good.
Yeah, your tire, your extra tire, and your jack, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I do. I did have extra inner tubes and air pump. I couldn't find my little kit. I have a little portable transport so I can change out a tire if I need to. I couldn't find it. I don't know where it's at. I don't
You
think
got
I
a
have time to order one.
It for your wheelchair.
Yeah.
That'll work. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I bought a little. It's a little pump about that long. It's for a bike. It hooks up to a bike, but it's only about that long. But
Mhm.
as long as it works, it's fine.
Probably fit in your carry-on bag, huh?
Yeah,
Or-
well, I'm gonna stick it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna stick it. The inner tube and the little pump. I'm gonna stick it in my carry-on because anything that's gonna go in my my duffel bag. That's my clothes and all my other stuff that I need, and that's going in the plane. It's too big to fit in the overhead, which I can take 2 bags, which is no problem. But I'm only taking one and my backpack, which I'll have all my audio and video stuff to record.
Mm-hmm. If you buy any rubs over there, you're gonna have to put that in your carry-on bag too. Otherwise, they're gonna want to probe it, everything. Huh?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have a whole lot of stuff in that bag anyway, so.
That'd be
Turn
something.
back around, Simon. Turn
What's
your
that?
head back around. Turn your head around. All the way the other way.
The other way.
Keep going. Okay, that's your hair. I was seeing what you got some hair. I thought you had like a little ponytail back there. It's just
No, it's my
hair.
hair. It's well, this it's just like a comb over, right? So it goes all the way to the
Right.
back.
Yeah, I see that now. Okay. Twice you
Yeah.
turned, it looked like you had little ponytails with beads in it or something.
Yeah, like braid.
I'm just joking.
Well, I could have done that. It was that long yesterday when I got my hair.
Yeah, I know. That's
I
first
had a
time I
big
noticed
old
you had a
bush
haircut.
of hair under that hat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You would never know it's not like this bushy.
Yeah.
If I brushed my hair, it'd be out here.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope one of those has my name on it, Dutch.
I'm drinking about 20 bottles of sweet heat.
Kent says he's bringing 20 bottles of sweet heat down.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
I was up there in Wisconsin, and Eric gave me 2 or 3 different hot sauces, and I didn't have any check-in bags. Everything I brought up there was on a carry-on, and crap, they stopped me when I went in there and said, "Oh, you can't have this." And I'm like, "Why? It's hot sauce." Well, if you only had 2 ounces, you could, but I mean, what is it like? Just a regular
ounce.
bottle.
Yeah, 16
I'm like,
ounces. whatever.
okay.
Yep.
Then I said, "Don't throw it away." I said, "You can have it." She goes, "Well, they won't allow us to do that." I'm like, "Well, trash it then, or
Hey,
whatever."
Gary,
Aggravated me.
So I need to put it in my check bag or on my carry-on. to
Put it in your your check bag.
okay.
Anything that they might have a problem with, make sure you put it in your check
Oh,
in.
yeah, my duffel bag's it's pretty much empty. I mean, I just have clothes for 3 nights or whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they charge you extra for that. So I made sure everything I needed for the 9 days I was in Wisconsin, I was able to put in one bag that I could carry on, small enough to be a carry on. And that's what I did. Of course, I already knew Jeff had a washing machine and dryer. I said, I'm going to have to rewash some of this. I'm only bringing like 4 change outs, 4 shirts,
Yeah,
4 jeans,
yeah.
underwear, socks.
So I'm bringing t-shirts and then I'm bringing long sleeve shirts to wear over just in case it's cool at night,
Yeah,
and then blue jeans and socks and whatever.
right, right.
Yeah.
Etrovest, what?
So you
I'm
flying
gonna
back in Saturday morning, Simon, or
Sunday morning or
Sunday
Sunday
morning?
around noon. Yeah,
Sunday morning?
I want to recover a little bit before I fly back.
I hear you.
May order me a Jack on the Rocks on the way home on the flight.
Yeah, I always get me a beer or two before I fly, and then after I get off, it's like flying don't bother me too much, but I have been on a few of them. Like, golly, man, it make you second guess it. That plane to Wisconsin, actually, it was a plane from here to Atlanta originally. We hit a bunch of thunderstorms because of the time of the year, turbulence, and that thing go to shaking, and them compartments above your head, that one above me was actually swinging. Like, holy crap, and finally they get out of that. And going from Atlanta, I had to stay 14 hours in Atlanta overall, but once I did fly from there to Iola, that was smooth as it could be.
Yeah, the only time my mom has flown was a pretty rough flight. We went from San Antonio to California, but we had to stop in Phoenix to change planes.
Yeah.
Phoenix to San Diego, there were storms all the way through, and they canceled flight because planes couldn't land that night. So we had to spend the night in a hotel and then take the next flight in the morning. It was still storming, and the next morning, and you
Yeah.
could see the plane just shaking back and forth, rumbling up and down. Like, oh, it was horrible. And this was
Oh,
my
no.
mom's first trip. And I gave her the window seat to and from, just so she have the better experience. But I think that we should have switched sides because it was it was just this, like all the way through for like an hour.
Yeah, we flew in. Matter of fact, it was the last trip when I left Virginia flying back home for good. There was some sort of or was it? It might no, because this is in the summer months when there was a tropical system in the area here, you know, and we were fine flying all the way back until we got close to the Mississippi coast, and it got so thick. I'm looking out the window, you could not see nothing but just cloud and darkness. And I'm like, these pilots can't see anything. Thank God for automatic pilots. I'm like, there's no way they can see anything. It was like zero visibility flying through this stuff. That's kind of a scary moment. It's like, can't put your eyes on anything, but they landed no problem.
Yeah. You're praying that he's good at instruments at that point.
Yeah, that's all they can rely on too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't even a tropical storm. They would have canceled a flight if it was just a lot of tropical weather. Let me just put it like that, but not so bad to where they couldn't fly through it, and they did too.
Mm-hmm.
Air pockets are the worst. You're flying.
Oh yeah.
Well, you have to make sure you hold on to your food, especially if you get food. Back in the day when we had food trays, now you're very lucky if we get anything. But our food would be all over the place.
You hold on that package of peanuts a lot better now, huh?
Oh, now, yeah.
Well,
We
don't get peanuts anymore.
Yeah, my oldest brother, he used to be he's still licensed, but he's 10 years older than me, which makes him going on. He'll be 75 in May, I guess. But anyway, he used to fly years ago, and I'd go up with him. We'd be in them little Piper Cub Cessna type
Mhm.
planes, and you can sit there and look at that altimeter, and you'll hit a little bump, and man, you just dropped 50 foot. It didn't seem like it, but it was a bump.
It's
Oh,
But
an
you'll
air
feel it.
pocket.
gauge is like 50 foot. It's like, dang, gum.
Yeah.
Don't do that while you're landing, man.
Yeah. So I'm
Mhm.
always anxiety hits pretty high when I'm traveling.
Mhm.
Uh, it's not. I don't know. It's not the trip or anything. It's just the anticipation of going somewhere. That's it. Always gets me.
If you got an iPod, I don't know, they're not around anymore, but an MP3 player or your phone with music on it,
iPod.
Mhm.
yeah, load
Mhm.
it up and that helps. And then just remember to breathe.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm fine once I get into the plane and once I get to where I'm at. But just
Mhm.
getting there, like right
I,
now, it's like my
I think
stomach's just.
everybody gets a little uptight over that. They never had bothered me too much, but still, that's always in the back of your mind that something could go wrong or whatever. That's
I've been
part of
flying since I was a knee high to a grasshopper. I had a passport like 2 or 3 years old. So I've always been flying between Sea Gooses, which is the seaplane, it takes off on land and comes down. Well, it runs on the runway on land and it goes down into the water and then it takes off the water from Puerto Rico to St. Thomas or St. Thomas to Puerto Rico or St. Croix or whatever.
yeah.
And
They make
so
you keep your
I'm
phone
sorry.
on airplane mode the whole time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Repeat that again.
Did they make you keep your phone on airplane mode the whole time?
No,
Yeah.
just on takeoff and landings.
Oh, okay. I was just always
At least
wondered that.
that's was the last time I was on a plane. Yeah.
Last
Mhm.
time
And
well, actually, every time after we get up so high, or maybe it's at takeoff, they told us to go on the airplane mode or turn our phones off.
Yep.
And they would usually tell us when we could turn them back on.
Yep.
Some
Yeah.
people,
Usually when it levels off is when they tell me you can turn on your electronics back on.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
sometimes I like to have a movie downloaded or something so I can watch it.
Yeah, well, I have Netflix on my phone, and it'll let me download movies to the phone, right? Save to the phone, and I can watch that. And also
Hmm.
my music, I can download music to my phone, and I can listen to that.
what's up, Boo?
Yeah, it helps. Keeping your mind occupied. And I agree. Sometimes the getting on the plane. For me, it's always like because I'm disabled. It's always like me getting out of the car to get to the airport and have a wheelchair. Somebody there waiting with a wheelchair to get me to my terminal. Get my ticket to the terminal, back onto the plane, and
Hey, boo.
off at the other end. But
Yeah,
I,
airports are pretty good about that now. They'll have those transport chairs out front, and there's usually somebody there waiting for
yeah,
for somebody just
not
to
at
help.
our airport.
Yeah,
Not at our airport. Our airport is like you have to like send somebody in and say, "Hey, can you come and pick her up with the wheelchair? She needs to be picked up with the wheelchair. She can't
Yeah,
walk."
last time we flew, as soon as we got to the door at San Antonio International, there was a guy there and he saw me in a wheelchair
yeah.
and asked, it was me and my mother, right? And he asked me if we needed any help with it. I told him, well, we have two big bags, and my mother can't really walk a whole lot, so he got one of those little trolleys for the luggage, and then paid somebody to help push my mom in one of those chairs, one of those little
Hmm.
transfer chairs, and
Yeah,
took us all the way to TSA, and then through TSA to our terminal. Those two
yeah.
same
When I went
people.
to Medford, Oregon, and I went to Vermont, it was good. But coming out into Tallahassee, this airport per se is a crap airport. Overcharged, everything else. But when I went and got transferred, there was somebody waiting for me because when we did the tickets, we said handicapped person.
Hmm.
So they were there waiting right when the doors open.
Yes,
They helped me get to the door,
right.
and then the person got me on and then transported me through the airport. And then in Miami, they had I had to go down to a certain area, and I had to wait for the plane, so I got to go to the smoking room, which was basically an open room to the sky. And the person I was with was a smoker, and they're like, "Thank God you're a smoker. I can have a smoke." And then they wheeled me out to the trolley, got on the trolley with me to the plane. The only bummer part was I had to walk up the stairs because it wasn't attached to the gate itself. You had to walk out and go up the stairs from the trolley to get into the plane. So that was hard on the knees and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But they were pretty good. I mean, they took me all over. On one of the terminals, they switched gates, so I was all the way with this terminal. I had gotten off of this terminal, I went to that terminal, and I had to go back that way. So they had a golf cart, and they brought me back through the airport.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
So when we landed in Phoenix, that trip with my mother, same thing happened. There was this one lady that was there. She pushed my mom all the way through, right? On the way back, that same lady was there. She remembered me and my mom, and we needed. Was it the first night? No, it was that first night. She took us to our terminal, and then the flight got canceled. So she took us to the front of the airport to catch an Uber.
oh, nice.
So so
Yeah,
she
when you got
she
good
walked out the
people, it's
entire
like that.
airport twice for my
Mm.
mom, and then on the way back from San Diego, she was there and she took my mom back to the front. Like, wow, Lee.
Yeah, I was really lucky at both. When I left Tallahassee, I was really lucky. They took really, really good care of me. But at this airport,
What I
not.
remember at some of them airports, I guess like flying to Wisconsin, the last one, some of the handicapped people in the wheelchairs, they would actually get them on the planes first and get them
Mhm.
situated, and usually the first to come off. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I
That's
didn't
so.
get to be the first to come off, but I did get to be first to go on, and as well as kids, families with little kids,
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
first class and so forth.
Right. Right.
One of the reasons I also got a window seat is because the aisle seats they offer them to people who are able-bodied to help in case of an emergency.
Right. Right. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
and
But the
they
worst part
ended
is
up
the
moving
seats.
me to a different seat in Phoenix because I was on the aisle seat, and they moved us up to the bigger seats up. It wasn't first class, but it was upgrade from
Business.
yeah. So there were bigger seats. Okay, fine, but they just had me like basically out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been lucky because when I flew out of Tallahassee, I was able to take the arm off because it's a two-seat here and a
Yes.
one-seat here, says on
Mhm.
the plane. So I was able to take the arm up and sit over here. But it feels like when I flew as a kid up until the last 10 years, roughly, the seats were wider. We had leg room. You could
Oh yeah.
stretch out a little bit. You weren't sitting on your partner next to you. And then all of a sudden, the seats started getting smaller, and then they started, moving you in like a little sardine can. It's like,
Yeah.
come on,
Capitalism.
people!
Capitalism.
It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Go back to the old school. Go back to the old way where we can be comfortable, have a meal that's not like garbage, or a decent snack at least. You
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Ever
Mhm.
since I've flown. Those seats were been like that. You've been sardines in those aisles because the seat's like right here. Right in front of you. The one in front of you.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah,
Even if
and you
even if
barely
you
have
try to
room
lean
to
back a
bring
little bit,
down the
you
table
really can't.
tray. Yeah, and you try to bring down the table tray. It's like right up against your chest bone. It's like really a good
Well,
bump,
yeah,
and it's going to be like to break my rib cage for goodness. It's
Mhm.
yeah.
ridiculous.
Being a big guy, that doesn't actually.
Yeah,
I gotta get the
Oh,
one on
hey,
the side for me and use it.
yeah. That's if nobody's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
mhm. You still got to share the armrest, or you have a separate armrest now?
You got one on one side, but people like to
Yeah.
go.
Uh,
Especially the middle one. So you're in the aisle, you're like this, trying to use the thing, so your head's sticking in the middle of the aisle. And over
mhm.
here, okay, you got the window, so at least you can sleep up against the window. But the person in the middle is like, oh yeah, baby. Got both arms. It's like, no, dude, you gotta share with the rest of us. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
one or
Yeah,
the
everybody
other,
go to
then
the
alternate.
yeah, everybody
Throw
go
'em out of the
go
aisle.
towards the aisle, and everybody get the right arms on the armrest.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
And you can't scoot for your tush to fit in there.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like almost you have to buy like two seats just so you can have this much of the other seat, so your tush actually fits in the seat because they make it smaller.
Mm-hmm.
49.
49 more.
Hey, 49, what's up?
Excuse me.
Yep.
Still what's left of that 2 weeks of garbage.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I was sick for 3 weeks and then 3 more weeks to get rid of everything after I got better.
I got the 2020. This is what's left of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So
That's what I'm talking about too, because 6 weeks in total to get rid of all the side effects.
I got my taste back. Like I could taste a lot of things. I never had a sense of smell. I lost it back when I was
Me
like
too.
20
Same
something.
here.
I was a bad girl. So, burn the nose out. But well, I was a bad girl like twice, and the second time burned. I was like, okay, I'm done with this, But to lose my taste, ugh,
Yeah, it sucks being a cooking channel. We have no taste.
yeah,
What happened to me is I did lose my taste initially when I got it in 2021. I guess it was December into January, and I did lose it, but it came right back, and everything seemed to be normal. And then that's the year I went to Memphis in May, and I swear it started. I don't know what it was, but when I left, I was fine. But I rode with Brian Ducharme all the way up to Memphis that day, and man, my stomach was gurgling and acting funny. And anyway, it's just like something changed, and all of a sudden, everything had a weird smell and a very weird taste. And I googled it, and it's called phantom smells,
oh
and
wow,
nothing smelt the way it should, and nothing tasted. And that lasted for a year and a half. It just recently
Ooh.
subsided about 4 or 5
Wow.
months ago. I thought I was ruined. You know, finally I've got my taste back, or
yeah.
the
My
way.
daughter lost hers for when she was sick, and then she got hers back, and my aunt. It took her a few months to get hers back.
Yeah,
But I mean, my daughter got it the summer of 2020, and I just got it, and so, and she was so careful. She goes to the springs to go swimming, and everybody's like up against you, and of course, she caught it. I go around my cousin, and she knows I have to be careful. What does she do? She comes right near me. She thinks she's all done and healthy. And no, I got it.
well,
It's
what was
like,
funny when 2020 was here, that initial outbreak, I was still working. And our office, I was a foreman at the shipyard, and our office was upstairs. Had to go up these stairs. And there was me and Cheryl. She was another pipe welding foreman, one, two, three more foremen, general foreman in the back, and superintendent office side him. We're all in this one big room, and everybody upstairs ended up with COVID at some point, except for me. And then half my crew got sent home with it. I never once got it when I was working, not once. It was after
yeah,
I was retired. I retired November 21 the following month. But God, I don't know how I caught it, to be honest with you. My wife would go to Walmart and come back. Me and her got it at the same time. So she
yeah.
obviously
That's why
brought
it
it
takes
back.
like 3 days to incubate.
Yeah.
Usually, on most people, it takes 3 days to show up. So you have to count back 3 days where you were around, who were you around, where did you go.
Yeah.
And it could have been any one of those locations. Excuse me, because I knew exactly where I was, and she was the only one I was around that was ill with it. So it was like, oh, thank you for the 2020. I love you. She's like, I'm so sorry.
Now we could have contracted it from my oldest son. I was shooting videos at his place, and him and Candace both had it around that same time frame. So it might have came from there. I don't really know, but it knocked me down, but not terribly bad. Not like it has a lot of people.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
did take the vax for it. Why I don't know, but I did. But I
I
still
did.
got it. But it
They
wasn't
say
that.
you still get it, but you still get the bug,
Yeah,
but you don't get it like somebody that's not vaccinated.
right. That was my
So
understanding too.
yeah, yeah,
So, but I got it. But the only really bad thing that come out of it is when I got those phantom smells. Once that subsided, I'm good.
yeah,
Took it a
yeah.
while.
No, I had because I have lymphedema cellulitis. I have to be careful of anybody that's sick because it attacks my body and goes straight to my legs, which causes like my leg to start going red like this. So
Wow.
when I started seeing my leg like that, I have to have Keflex on hand and catch it. So when I got it, I couldn't touch my leg muscle, my thigh muscle, and then the red started moving up. And
Yeah.
then my blood pressure dropped, usually it's like 134 to 169, depending on how much coffee I had and who's aggravating me. But it went down to 108 over 40 with a pulse of 121. And then I developed fever blisters, and I was constantly having fevers, and then I couldn't sleep for 3 days. Like I'd go to bed at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep, and I usually take like 2 cat naps in my chair. Couldn't sleep, couldn't do anything for the first week, and then I started getting things back, and I had the Keflex, and so the infection started going away with the redness. But I have to be so careful. Like anybody that's sick around me, it's like stay your distance because my body will attack it.
Yeah.
So it's just like
Wow.
it's. I told my cousin too. I said, "Don't come near me again when you're sick. I don't want you anywhere in my personal space. Stay on the other side of the building."
Yeah.
And yell at me what you want me to do because I do not want to go. I do not want to go through that again. I've already been 11 days in the hospital with this when I first became infected with this cellulitis. It's like no way. Mm-mm. I walked out black and blue. So yeah, you have to be careful. Those that are around other people, it's like keep hand sanitizer around. If you don't do anything else, at least keep hand sanitizer around, and just whatever you touch,
Yeah.
right on, and don't touch your face or anything. Just take it right away. First of all, yeah, I've got from my purse. I've got a bottle here, and I fill it up. Well, somewhere over
Gary,
here. And I
golly.
fill it up and take it in my purse with me.
You got a little bit of that too, huh, Russ?
Yeah, I actually bought that back in 2020, and I was using that. Of course, at work we had the mask and we had the sanitizer, but when I was at home, I would do that. I still got probably.
I couldn't use a mask.
I got about a fourth of the bottle left.
I ended up getting myself a shield. I had a shield for my face. The mask, I went into the store. I couldn't breathe. I felt like claustrophobic, like somebody had their hands over my face, my mouth. But I put the shield on. And I was like, "Oh, baby, I could see you. You could see me. It's not coming." It came down to here. I was like, "I'm good."
Yeah.
No way. I tried. I even went and bought a peace mask. It had a big peace sign on the front. Nope, couldn't wear it.
My wife's got cats in here, and I'll pet the cat sometime, and I come in here and like, ooh, I'll use that sanitizer.
Yeah, you just have to be careful. That's all. Especially when you're like in a major store and stuff like that. Your cart, the door you touch to get in, anything. You just have to be very, very careful and aware.
Yeah.
One of the funniest videos I seen right after COVID was, I think it was on Facebook. It was a guy, he was washing his hands, then he reached to turn it off, and then he's looking at his hand like, oh my God, I just touched that. And then he could not properly clean his hands without touching something. Finally,
especially someone with OCD.
Like, I give up,
Yeah. We're talking about people who got the vaccine and people who didn't. Some got it worse than those that did get the vaccine. Like the symptoms were less for us than those that were not vaccinated.
I really did.
Like I got all of mine but one booster.
I didn't plan on getting that shot at all. I was kind of against it at the time. And at any rate, I was in the doctor's office, and, the same doctor, my regular doctor. And anyway, I'm in there just for a checkup and everything. He goes, you're at the age and you're overweight enough to where it could be an issue if you was to contract this COVID. Have you thought about getting a vaccination? And I'm like, I don't know. He goes, well, we got them like that. And I said, do you have the Johnson & Johnson like that? I didn't want that Pfizer or whatever it's called because So he said, yeah, we got it. And I said, all right. And so the nurse come in there and she popped me in this arm. She goes, this is going to get real sore. And she gave me the shot, and it never did get sore, not once. And I never felt no side effects, no nothing from it. But that was in like January. That was probably March of 2021. Then when October gets here, or no, I'm sorry, even sooner than that, July got here. That's when they found my left kidney had cancer in it. Like, Ooh, I wonder. I mean, I don't know if there's any correlation
I
to
don't
that.
think it is.
But anyway, long story short, I ended up
I would
having.
have shown up something. I've had every I've had a Pfizer, and I've had all but one booster. My son, he got the Moderna, but he did both shots but no booster. My daughter did all of them but one booster. My aunt had the Johnson,
Okay.
and she didn't get cancer from it. She had cancer way before that. I mean, she
Right.
had colon cancer and
Mhm.
had surgery and the whole bit, and is in remission now for about 16 years now. But
Okay.
yeah, it's not the shot.
Yeah, I didn't figure it would be, but my wife's one. She goes, you had no health issues at all until you took that darn shot. I said, well, it's a little late now, but yeah,
It
Yeah.
could have been there all along. You
it
don't
could have been.
know.
Yeah, it,
Yeah.
it, it could have been. And luckily, I was in there for another reason, and they had to do a CT scan. That's how they found it. I didn't feel no pain or nothing
Hmm.
in that
Hmm.
region. Nothing. I would have
Mhm.
never known until it was probably too late. So they
Yeah.
found it, and he showed me the video footage, and I
Mhm.
can look down my center of my belly, and I can see it lower on this side now than this side. They removed the whole kidney.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And but no side effects or anything. And that was my concern. I said, "Well, what happens now?" I said, "Am I going to pee the same? Urinate and all?" He goes, "So you won't notice any difference. There's
Yeah.
people born with one kidney."
That's why some people donate a kidney
Yeah,
or a
people
liver or
donate
part of a
kidneys
liver.
because you're
The
not
liver
going to
grows
notice
back.
any difference. So I said, "Okay, well,
Mhm.
so
A friend of
there's that."
mine, she was born with 3 kidneys.
Oh
Really?
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she got two on one side. One of them was like real small.
Uh-huh.
But they
Okay.
said, the doctor said that her kidneys were just as fine. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. My doctor, I can't stand my doctor. This doctor is like one of those doctors that you just want to like throw him up off the cliff or off the biggest bridge you can find and
Mhm.
hope there's rocks down below. Yeah.
Mhm.
You go in feeling good, he makes you come out in tears. And so he'll go, so do you want to get your influenza and flu shot? I go, your pneumonia and flu shot. I go, no, I've gotten the flu from getting the flu shot. I'm not doing it. So you want to die then, right? I go, I guess I do want to die, but I've got all my other vaccines from the 2020 bug.
Mhm.
Shut up. It's like don't make me leave here in tears because your bad bedside manner is
Mhm.
just like wow. And there's nobody to switch to either. It's one of those health centers you're stuck with what you get, and that's it.
Mhm.
So yeah, don't let a doctor treat you the way my doctor treats me. That's why I don't go to him. I avoid him like the plague.
I'm very fortunate. My doctor, she's real nice and everything, and she's very compassionate. The only time she ever really got mad at me is one time my A1C number was in the nines, and she was kind of blunt with me. And
yeah.
but other than that, which I needed to be, but she's always
Your,
been a compassionate doctor.
did you say your
Yeah,
A1
I love my
A1C?
doctor up north.
Huh?
You say your A1C?
Yeah, it was in the nines at one time. Now it's in the
I one time at the very worst, mine was 11 something.
whoa.
Oh
You're
wow,
diabetic?
Yeah,
You are diabetic?
mine was 5.6
mine now is under 7.
or 5.5.
I
Yeah,
don't
mine,
exactly. I want to say it's like 5 something. I don't remember what it is, but it's
yeah.
real low.
You have to take medicine, Simon, or no?
Yeah, yeah,
You do.
I
Yeah.
do. I have pills and insulin.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I have pills, insulin, then I take my Gero in between to kind of keep it down. So,
I have one that's it's once a day, but it's one of those long lasting ones. So I only take it at night.
uh-huh.
It should cover me for 24 hours just to keep it low. And then I have one that's for after meals.
Yeah, I'm on metformin and I'm wanting to get off of that. I've heard bad things about metformin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I was checking my
Yeah.
camera footage.
Getting back to that vaccination, I laugh now. I went to my local hospital in town here, probably about 5 minutes from my house. It was the first time you took it
Rob.
in a room off to the side from the emergency room. And they gave it to me and everything. They said, well, you need to stay here 15 minutes. And I said, what
Mhm.
for? Well, to see if you have any side effects. You know what? I almost went into a panic attack when they told me that because I was sitting there going, thinking,
Hey
you start
Rob.
hallucinating. You're saying, boy, is my heart going to quit beating?
Hey
Or,
Rob, you have somebody waiting in the back there.
Oh, okay. You know. All right. Let me drop down there. Let me.
I didn't
All
even
right.
hear it.
Hey, boo. What's up?
Yeah, like I said, always,
Hey, how
always,
y'all
have,
doing today?
always have the thing scrolled up so you can see the people down there.
Yeah.
All the way
Yeah. I
up.
pulled it up now. Yeah.
They have a setting too in the settings
Mhm.
that you'll hear a ding
It
when
should be.
somebody
Yeah, it
pops
should have been
in.
on.
Yeah, I hear it, but it's real faint. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It's real faint.
Oh,
Should be like a big old honk, like honk.
I know. A ding dong.
Or since this is a duck logo, just a quack or something, like a big quack.
But
That was funny.
Yeah.
before I
Yeah.
got this good
Yeah.
mic, a studio mic,
Mhm.
I used to wear earbuds
Mhm.
because my mic in my laptop would pick up. It would put it anyway. I don't have to wear earbuds no more. And when I was wearing earbuds, sometimes I'd have my volume all the way up on the laptop volume, the plus
Mhm.
minus on the
Right.
keyboard, and that's how you control it on StreamYard. Man, when somebody would come in, the first time, man, it would, oh man, like, wow.
Mhm. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I remember them making me wait about 10 or 20 minutes for any side effects. I didn't have anything.
I didn't either. I really
So
did.
yeah, when I went, I couldn't get in San Antonio. So my sister lives in West Texas. She found a space where they were doing like at a stadium.
Mhm.
So we signed up through the internet, and she came and picked us up, and we took it. We took the shot right there in the parking lot,
Mhm.
and they told us to wait 15 minutes just to see if we had any side effects, which we didn't. We took off. But by the time I got home, I was feeling feverish and tired, and I just wasn't feeling well. So my sister gave me some Tylenol and put me to bed for an hour. I slept for like 2 hours.
No,
Felt
I
better
never,
after that.
which I don't know if Johnson ever had boosters or not. I'm sure they did, but
I'm sure it did.
I never went back for boosters,
Yeah.
especially after I was diagnosed with cancer. And like I said, I have no way of saying that was even related. It could have been there before I ever even got the shot, as far as I know.
Yeah,
But
well, you having cancer, I mean, what the treatment was, I mean, that kind of destroyed your immune system, didn't it?
uh, what's that?
The cancer treatment, then that messed with your immune system as well.
I didn't really have no treatment. They just cut it out. He told me that
Oh, really?
radiation chemo didn't work on kidney cancer.
Oh,
That
okay.
sometimes they can remove just part of the kidney and leave part of the kidney. He
Yeah.
said that yours is not too advanced, but it's advanced far enough. I'd feel better to remove the whole thing. I said, cut her out of there, doc.
Yeah.
All right.
He done with it.
Yeah, I've had people known that I know that went through cancer, and so they had all kinds of treatments and stuff. It was a couple of years for it sometimes,
Oh yeah. I got an ex-wife. She ended up getting breast cancer, and she had to take chemo and radiation both. And she finally, it took like 3 years to finally get like a good bill of health to where
Right.
then she still has to go back. Like I think every year I'm supposed to be, but I haven't. I did my 6 month checkup. Everything looked good, and I hadn't been back. That's when I retired and lost my insurance. And you know, they don't want to have nothing to do with you when you ain't got insurance.
Uh-huh.
Oh, they asked you, do you have money to pay for the bill?
Mhm.
But I'll tell you what, my insurance was really good. What I had at the shipyard,
Oh, yeah.
and I wouldn't have left when I did if I could have handled the job. COVID caused so many problems, like shit, the supply chain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we could not get material in there. So they started sending people. Everything starts in the fab shop, in the piping side, everything. It goes through the fab shop and then it goes out to the ships. Well, I worked in the fab shop. So the first thing to go was fab shop welders. And I kept losing welders and losing welders. And there was two of us foremen in the shop. She was losing welders. And eventually they was getting ready to move some more out. And this time I had to go with them, but not as a pipe welding foreman. We're the only two pipe welding foremen in the entire yard. Everybody else is a pipe fitting foreman or pipe foreman, and which handle the welders and the fitters. The only reason we were in the shop is because there's such a turnover of wells. They needed us to inspect wells and everything. Well, long story short, I had to go out there as a pipe fitting foreman, and I hated it. I did it for 6 weeks. And I told them I wanted to go back on my tools, and I did. And I had enough seniority to go back into pipe shop as a pipe welder. And I was in there for 8 months, everything going good. Well, guess what? They got to send more welders out and more welders. Finally, they got me, and I had to go out to the ships. And I just couldn't do it no more, man. My neck, and I just could not do my job anymore. At 63 years old. And I told my boss, I said, hey, I'm going early out at 12 or at lunch. Excuse me. And I'll be back in the morning to clear
Bless
out.
you.
What? I said, man, this old man can't do this kind of work no more. So I was fine in the shop. I could sit on a stool and weld all day long. You got me up in here trying to crawl around. I can't look up like I used to. I said, I just can't do it no more. And so I ended up basically quitting. And then I put in for my retirement money through that. You got to go through the retirement office and all that HR to get all that done. And I'm not really technically retired. I'm not drawing Social Security. I'm living off of YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. That's what pays the bills. And I won't draw Social Security until I get too old to where I can't do this more. Then I will drawing on that money. But
Yeah, you get more like that.
yeah, I had to give that trade up, man. It didn't got to be too much. I used to think nothing about it when I was younger. But yeah.
Only thing about YouTube, are you paying the Social Security as much Social Security with YouTube as you were paying with the shipyard?
No,
Probably not.
I don't like the kind of money I made with a shipyard.
Right.
No, I mean, they take their cut, and then you file your taxes, and you'll see how much you paid into it at the end of the year.
Yeah, self-employment tax.
Yep.
Yeah, and sleep, Lance. Boo, you run out of
Hey,
number.
what's
Hey,
up, man?
Lance.
Hey, Lance, what's up?
I'll
No,
be
I
right
went
back.
live. I
I'll be
went
right
live
back.
last Wednesday. Wednesday evening. That's something new. When
been
you
there.
stop the camera, when
Yeah,
you stop
it's
the
been there.
camera, I stopped my camera Wednesday night in my live stream, and it showed my avatar.
Yeah, it's still there. I mean,
Now
you can still
you
do
can
that.
set it up. You can set it up like that. I forget how it's done, but you can set it up like that.
Oh, it's on Rob's end.
Nope. Yeah, Rob. Well, yeah, it's yeah, Rob has that setting on there.
Oh, okay. All
Uh,
right. I did not know that.
I keep on trying to get DJ to teach me, but DJ has not taught me yet. I might have to go to Rob.
DJ.
It was like monkey see, monkey do a while ago. I said, how'd they do that? And then I was like, macaque see, macaque labord.
See,
That's
you can
French
see.
for monkey.
You can turn off your camera, and you still have your avatar, your audio on. So you can
Yeah.
still hear me.
Yeah,
It's like
but
you're between
you
the basement and up here. I call it the green
Yeah.
room.
you're in
So-
limbo.
Yeah, when my kids come down, they don't like to be on screen. So at least I can still communicate with you all. Instead of having my avatar up here, I'm just the ghost in the green room.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep,
Yeah,
Lance.
Skipper, this is Rob's life.
Yeah, Lance. This is Rolling Smokes stream.
Yeah, this is a pre-party to Al's party later, and then my party after that. I'm the after
I
party.
got something to announce, but I'm gonna wait till Russ gets back.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Lord, how's DeQuincy treating you today?
Oh, man, it's doing good. It's still rocking and rolling. There ain't nothing going on exciting over here. I think our next event will be the Railroad Festival. That's about the most excitement we'll get this year.
Woo!
And then
Well, actually, and around the river and all that, you're gonna have the watermelon festival.
oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Sugartown watermelons. They're gonna be coming in. Well, that's gonna be June, more than likely. June,
We have the
July.
Paintball Festival in Starks. We do have that, but I don't go through Starks very often, especially after
Yeah,
dark.
we got you more to the west of Do Ritter and all that.
I'm
Right.
south of the Ritter. and
West.
east of Starks. Yeah.
Yeah, you in between.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably about 20 miles or so from Big Lou Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's in DeRidder.
He's between DeRidder and
I'll
Singer.
be right back. I'm just gonna put you guys on mute and stuff.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch it from here real quick.
Yeah.
What's up, Lance?
You ever get Boo? You ever get your sausage from Lejeune's or
Lejeune's?
yeah, in
Lejeune's?
Eunice?
Right here in town. He's on the south side on the old Crowley Road. Yeah, I got some over there one time. I had ran out of mine, and my buddy Richard Ardwan, he says, well, my cousin Paula Marks, she's the station manager here at K-Bone, the radio station. And she lived right by it. So when I go to her house, I'd stop in at Lejeune's and I'd get me a 5-pound box of it. He's got some good sausage, smoked sausage.
Yeah, my mother-in-law gets me some sometimes from there, but I'm gonna make a trip down there. What all do they sell over there besides sausage?
They got tasso, they got ponce, they got some stuff Chaudin ponce. You know, the pig stomach stuff, stuff with ground pork, smoked or green. You know, not smoked. And then they got the fresh sausage, green sausage. They got that, which I love. I'd rather. I can make a meal just with the fresh sausage and rice and gravy. You know, no tasso, no smoked sausage. It's just fresh sausage. I can make a meal with that. And I add potatoes in the gravy, you know, and it comes out, man, it's totally different than like smoked sausage and tasso gravy. Totally different.
Yeah.
But Missy's gone for 3 or 4 days. She went to her mom's. She went and did some grocery shopping earlier. Our niece brought her to the store and brought her to my mother-in-law's. So, man, it's going to be bachelor time. You know, y'all come on over. We're going to party 3 or 4 nights. No.
Fire up the grill.
Boo's going to be logging in.
You did get me.
Boo's going to be logging into skipgames.com.
What is that? Wick Fowler's brand. Wick Fowler's famous Texas style chili kit. I'm gonna try that. Probably tomorrow night.
You gonna make it with beans or no beans?
No beans.
No beans.
No beans. I might put some. The last chili I made, I put some beans in it. You know, Missy said don't put a lot. You know, because it called for a whole can, and I only put a half a can.
You better bust out the hot dog wieners and hot dog buns if you ain't putting beans in it.
If I do, it's only going to be a half a can.
Excuse me a minute, guys. I got a phone call. Just a second.
All right.
Yeah, that's my announcement. Not the chili, the bachelor party. Whoever brings the keg over wins the prize.
Yeah, let me tell Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, and then my son might have an engine for me. My son sent me 2 pics today. He changed the transmission in his Jeep. He's got a CJ type, you know, with the big tires, you know, a mudding Jeep or a beach Jeep. He doesn't have the Liberty like I got. Anyway, he put a new transmission in his standard transmission. He put a brand new one in there. He ordered it from I don't know where. It's supposed to be some kind of performance transmission. You know, when you say performance, yeah, you rub them $100 bills together. Anyway, I says, well, damn, you. I mean, he did it himself. I says, you know where I can get an engine for my Jeep? He's like 3.7 or 3.8. I'm like 3.7. He was like, I got a buddy of mine in Oklahoma that wants to give me a Liberty. That'd work. I said, I'll buy the engine off for you. So, and if he does the work, I'll get it done cheaper than, you know.
Is Liberty the name of the Jeep itself, kind of like a Cherokee or something?
Yeah.
It's made by Chrysler.
Yeah, it's a Jeep.
Yeah,
it's
Jeep
an
Liberty.
Jeep.
Yeah,
It's just you can't take the hack off of this one. It's like a SUV type.
Yeah,
Like
I had
trail
a
haul.
19 I think it was a 1988 Jeep Cherokee. It was the last year that Jeep Corporation actually made Jeeps before they sold out to Chrysler. And I loved that thing, man. And Katrina took it out. It went completely
come on.
underwater. Yeah.
Yeah, well, not a lot of people thought that Pascagoula was going to get that water, 12, 14 foot of water. Bottle Battery got the same amount, but Bottle Battery, as the crow flies, is not that far from Pascagoula at all. It's not but what, 25 miles, by water. And
yeah, man, I never thought that could happen to that town either, but it did.
Yeah, because the eye hit right there at Waveland, a little to the west of Waveland.
All the water being piled up by us.
Yeah, because the east side of the storm is the worst side.
Yep.
So
that's the dirty side, they call it.
Yeah. And when Beta hit us after Laura hit Rob and them there, and we got hit hard over here for Laura too, but not as bad as them because he was like ground zero. Rob, in fact, he was to the west of the eye a little bit, so he was all right.
Yeah,
maybe. What's up, Steven? But when Beta hit, the eye passed over Eunice over here, my town. Oh boy, man, when that first eye wall came through, man, it was rough. But I didn't lose electricity. I was live the whole time because we had a brand new grid system, new wires and all that from the Laura. It took them a week to get. Well, I think I was out 4 days. Some people were out a week in town of electricity. And so we had a tight buttoned up, like you tie your shoelaces, a fresh tie on your shoelaces.
Yeah.
Our electric grid was tight like our shoelaces, because of the previous storm. And now, the lights blinked a couple times, and that caused my router and my modem to reboot, If I was on a UPS, uninterrupted power supply, it wouldn't have done that. What, you got something new in, Russ?
It's one of them dry eraser boards.
Oh, okay. Got you one off of Amazon, eh?
Yeah. Tarina bought it for my Valentine's.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
What, you gonna demonstrate like a scientist does when you do some videos? You go
on this new channel. On some of them, I'll be standing here and drawing out what the hell I'm talking about.
A schematic,
or whatever. Yeah.
Well, a schematic's just like a recipe in cooking,
Yeah.
But a lot of us men that cook, we don't go by recipe. We go, Cajun cooking too. And that's all in our head.
Throw that in there.
I write a recipe on everything. That way I can duplicate it to where it's the same.
Yeah. But like a ordinary gumbo, I don't follow a recipe.
I don't either on that.
Yeah, like 2 onions. It could be 2.5 or 1.5.
But like sausage or anything like that, I write recipes and they're consistent.
Yeah. You want to be consistent with that. Well, that's why I buy the packs from Torgill over here in Opelousas. I buy the packs of seasoning, and it depends on which sausage you're making. They got different things. They got a breakfast sausage blend, seasoning blend. It's got the sage in it and the thyme. And what's the other ingredient in there? Sage is your main one. That's what gives it that breakfast aroma.
It depends on what kind of sausage you're making.
Breakfast sausage.
Breakfast sausage definitely got sage in it. Yeah.
Yeah, sage, thyme, and I think a little bit of oregano, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was gonna say a touch of oregano would work in it.
So, but they got all that in there. That's why I get it from Torgill. Those seasoning packs you buy are for 1 lug of meat, which is 40 pounds of ground pork or whatever, pork and deer, whatever, pork and beef, whatever. But the seasoning pack is good for 40 to 50 pound lug, it says.
Right. Yeah, I got a book somewhere in here that tells you which spices go well with other spices that don't
Right.
counteract them and stuff.
Right.
When I design a sausage, a lot of times I'll go
Yeah.
by that. You know,
Yeah. Mustard
what
powder. Really? Yeah.
what pairs the best with what, blah blah blah. You know.
I use mustard powder in my chow chow, my sweet chow chow. Not
Yeah.
a pepper, hot pepper chow chow, not that chow chow. The
Yeah.
sweet chow chow. It's like
Yeah.
a relish, you know. And
Yeah.
that
My
mustard
grandma
powder
like that.
would give dry mustard gives it that yellow color and that flavoring on there.
Yeah.
I
tell you
miss
what,
my mama, man. I do. She made the best chow chow ever.
somewhere in here.
And my grandma used to spend a month with us. Man, them women would beat up the kitchen big time and stink the kitchen up.
This is very close. Now, this is a hot version, but this is very close to a chow chow.
Yeah, it sure looks like it. What is that? Sawyer's?
Slausa.
What is it?
I can eat this stuff right out of the jar.
Slausa.
Slausa. Yeah. I used to
Slausa.
sell it all at Walmart, but it's
Yeah,
not
because
there.
our chow chow, we made it with onions, cucumbers, green tomatoes, and that was the main ingredients there, and I think a little bit of cabbage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this has got cabbage, sugar, mustard, vinegar, water,
Just saying everything.
mustard seed, salt, turmeric, paprika, green bell peppers, vinegar, onions, carrot, salt, habanero mash, habanero pepper, salt, and cane vinegar, beta carotene, xanthan gum, and spice.
So no cucumbers and no green tomatoes. So
Not on this one, no.
okay,
It's not a chow chow, but it's so similar.
it looks like one though.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good on hot dogs, man. It's real good on that. Or like a Polish sausage or German sausage.
Yeah,
Anything like that.
yeah.
It's really good on.
I used to put a bunch of, take a couple of heaping spoons of chow chow in the jar and put it on the side of the plate with my rice and gravy.
Yeah.
And, sometime I'd slide a little bit of that chow chow in with that rice and gravy on the fork.
Right. Have you ever eaten kimchi, Boo?
Oh, I love kimchi. Korean
Yeah,
food. Yeah.
I'll buy that, and a lot of time I don't care what it is. I'll just take a fork and put some on the side, just eat with it.
A friend of mine married a Filipino girl, and she knows how to make kimchi. And, man, it's good.
Yeah. Fermented cabbage is really all it is. It's good though. But really, even a sauerkraut is fermented. They use Napa cabbage on that kimchi. Tell you what, there used to be a Chinese family when I lived in Pascagoula, and they owned the house at Chin that was in Mobile, Alabama, right there on Airport Boulevard. Well, they opened a second one right there at the old Travel Motor Inn right there in Pascagoula, and I was the maintenance guy in the afternoons. That was my evening job. I'd go to that hotel and do hotel maintenance. And anyway, I had to go in there and get that restaurant. They got a big place for a restaurant, and they had an upstairs which was like a nightclub. Well, he started leasing that restaurant for a second house at Chin, and I was in there doing some work one day, and they were cooking just for themselves. And they brought in some crawfish that was already boiled somewhere else, and they were stir frying like broccoli and cauliflower and things like that. And I mean, basically all they were doing is just heating it up. It was pretty much raw, but
Yeah.
he had that. They had some kimchi, and I don't know where they got it. That stuff lit me up. I was invited to eat with them, and so I sat down with them and ate. And I mean, I liked it. I love hot things. It is way hotter than what this is. I mean, it had tears flowing. Like, God, where'd you get this
Wow.
kimchi? I've never had it that hot. It was on fire, man.
Maybe that crawfish was fire hot too when they boiled it.
It was, but that kimchi was on fire, man. They didn't boil the crawfish; they bought them already boiled, but they did cook the veggies and they served that kimchi with it. And
Right.
man, it was hot. Good gracious! I've tried to look for some real hot kimchi since then. I don't know where they got it. But they might have made it. I don't know. They were Asian, Chinese. What was funny is the owner's name Bruce Lee. That was his name, and that man talked and spoke better English than what I can. I walk in, hey Russ, how you doing? Just like that, but just
Yeah.
as Chinese as he could be. I'm like, good gracious. You tell he was raised here in the States. It was funny. Good people though. I don't even know if that hotel is still there, man. That was years ago. About mid 90s, somewhere in there. Somewhere up in there. What time is it? 4:19. I guess I'm gonna hop off of here. I've done killed a couple hours. You asleep, Simon?
No.
Oh, okay. Like your eyes are closed.
I was reading my text messages.
Oh, okay. You just reading.
You still going live tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Where's
8:30.
Boo
I
go?
will be there with bells on. No, I'm not. I'll be there though.
Okay.
No bells.
Oh, he probably went to go pee.
Oh, he had to get off the dock.
Yeah, because he probably did this and probably be back here in a bit.
Did they just start doing that on StreamYard? Because it used to be when you disappeared, it would just show a circle with
No,
your.
it's an option. It's an option that Rob has on his.
Okay.
Because Double Dog and Gary has their set up that way.
I like that.
And mine set up like that too. DJ set it up, but he didn't teach me how to put it back on if I want it back on with just the icon.
Well, when I disappear there, can you still see me in the bottom? Hang on, let me.
No, you can't see.
No.
Like,
If you turn on leave your mic on, you can still speak, but your avatar's off or your screen is off.
the only person that can see is the host.
That's why I was wondering if the host could still see me in the room
Yes.
when I do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, PJ tonight at 8:30 Central.
Okay. Cool.
I might do that too because there's some people that leave their avatar on while they're step away.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing is, if they're stepped away and they're still up, considered up.
Right.
So you can have 6 to 10 people. They still count in that 6 to 10 people.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I know a lot of times Lep would come into a live. He'll be on for 10 minutes and he goes black. And sometimes I'll send him to go out the whole show. He's just,
Kitchen smells great right now. Mom's making arroz con pollo and it smells delicious.
Ooh, arroz con pollo.
And I'm starving.
Yeah. How long will it take me to get there?
I'm hungry too. I had this popcorn from like 2 nights ago. I just munched on a little bit of that.
I think we're having leftover chicken from chicken salad the other night, or ham and cheese or something for dinner.
I know what I'm gonna have. Tarina buys me these frozen pizzas and frozen dinners when she works, and there's one in there that's actually pretty good. I think it says Corky's on the front of it, but it's a frozen dinner, but it's barbecue.
Oh,
yeah, it's not bad.
My nephew buys the pre-made barbecue Jack Daniel's pulled pork.
Pulled pork? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Good, man. On a piece of bread.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yeah,
that's really good. Or get some Swiss or something, put it on there, and melt it on there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really good.
So he'll buy it because he works nights, Tuesdays and Wednesday nights. So he's got a microwave. So his lunch is that sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm not gonna cook just for myself when she's at work or anything, and she only cooks on her days off. So I just get crap I can pop in the microwave or whatever.
It's just a bowl of cereal for me because sometimes I if it's me just here, I'm not gonna cook. Like I said, I'm not gonna cook just for me.
I mean, if I'm doing a video, that's one thing I'm cooking, but
He's back. Check your basement again.
Okay.
StreamYard had a hiccup with him.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go. There you go, Bill.
StreamYard had a hiccup.
I saw that. I didn't look at the private chat. I just saw had a hiccup in your back. So
It did that Sunday night in Lance's live stream. I mean 805's live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll eat not Wheaties. What is that? Oh, the just the regular Cheerios, just with milk.
They got a recall on some Cheerios, I think. They found traces and Quaker Oats. Some of the I think all the products are Quaker Oats. They found something in there. It's called it's a pesticide. They
lovely.
imported the stuff for Quaker Oats instead of they imported it out of country from China or something. The ingredients, and they found pesticides in it.
Dang.
And
Yeah,
they
I
found
like
it in people's bloodstreams too.
P Digit says Raisin Bran. I had Raisin Bran with the granola crunch or whatever.
Crunch, the Raisin Bran Crunch, yeah.
Yeah, I had that for breakfast and also sliced up a banana and dropped in there. That's what I've had today. And that
Yeah.
little bit of
Yeah,
popcorn.
when I have
Raisin Bran,
cornflakes, I usually throw a banana in it. You know.
I should miss
I
it.
like
I used to do that.
When I was yeah, I was gonna say when I was a kid coming up, my mom buy just plain Jane cornflakes. I just
Yeah.
put a tablespoon of sugar in there,
Yeah.
and then cut up bananas and put in there. And hey, it was good.
Rice Krispies too.
Yeah, I do that same thing, but now I don't put the sugar. I just put the banana in it. That's sweet enough for me.
Yeah, when I'm
Now
now that
overripe
I've gotten
banana,
older,
an
I don't
overripe
have
banana is pretty sweet, and so it's like really sweet enough as it is. So you don't mind having it with your cereal because you get the sugar from the overripe banana.
right, and that's one reason I like the Raisin Bran. There might be sugar like on the actual raisins. I thought I seen sugar on them a little bit.
Yeah, there
But
is.
me, it's not too sweet, but it still has good flavor. But
Mm,
I just like the way it tastes with that granola in there.
The
I like it.
when we were little, we would put Hershey's chocolate in the milk in the cereal.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
My girlfriend
Well,
was
we used to
allergic
do the powder because they didn't have the liquid back
Yeah, we had the
then.
powder. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
old school.
Yeah, my girlfriend was allergic to milk, so she would have cereal with water.
Oh,
If you think about it, there's a lot of water in like 2% milk, and the other. So.
Oh yeah, man. When I was growing up, if we run out of milk, my mom said skim milk, or not the skim milk, powder milk's right up there in the cabinet.
yep.
We'd have to mix the milk
My
up with
grandma
water.
used.
It tasted like water to me. I
In
wouldn't
the
do it.
Virgin Islands, we didn't have cows for milk, so we
Yeah.
had to have powdered. We had to have carnation powdered milk, and then we finally had regular milk back in the States, and it was just like, ooh, never going back to carnation again.
Yeah,
My
carnation.
grandma ran out of milk, and I was eating at her house, and she, what you want? I said some cereal, and she fixed it for me. I could have fixed, but she didn't have no milk. She said, "Oh well, I'm out." She put some coffee cream in on top of the cereal, and then she put some water and mixed it up. It was all lumpy, and you get that big bubble of coffee mate.
Now I will
Oh,
say this: I freeze dried some milk not long ago and turned it into powder, and
Mhm.
I turned around and reconstituted some of that. The biggest trick to it is you got to put the right amount of water back in.
Right.
And most people take it out of a box. They don't know how much water to add back in. But I wrote it on the packages how much water to add to reconstitute that back in the milk. But I have, that's just for down the road if we ever need it or whatever.
But you tried it?
Yeah, I tried a little bit just to see how it was. I couldn't tell the difference. It tasted just like it did before I freeze dried it.
But dog. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey Rob, I'm gonna hop down. I'm gonna go eat, and I'll probably just go live later. Well, I'm gonna go live later, so I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Do this, Simon.
Yeah, I'm
bye-bye.
going to hop off here too because I got to talk about that barbecue and I got to go in there and make it now. We'll see y'all later.
I'm gonna have to
All right.
get off.
Take care, y'all.
Bye.
I'm gonna get off in about a couple of probably I'll go about 2 hours, 15 minutes. I got to get off and heat my supper up for my wife.
Yeah, I got to have my kid come down and decide what's going to make me: a chicken salad sandwich or a ham and cheese.
All right. Well, that's a toss up there, isn't
Yeah, right. It depends how much is of the other, because I know my daughter and my son like the chicken salad, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I'll
gonna
go with the
fry
ham
some
and
pork
cheese or the
chops
turkey
tonight.
and cheese.
Oh, that sounds
Okay.
good. Too.
Well, pork steaks actually.
Ooh.
Oh man.
They had the Boston Butts one sale for $1.19
Mm-hmm.
a pound, and I said, I told Miss when she was at the store, I told her, I says, get a pork roast and tell them to cut it 3/4 of an inch thick,
Mm-hmm.
and that's good when you fry them. Like it don't get dry like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you fry them thin pork chops, fry that, it gets dry.
Okay, Lance. I like the thick pork chops baked in the oven. Like not shake and bake, but panko, Italian seasoning or whatever,
Hmm.
and then baked in the oven. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But my daughter doesn't like pork, and I got a pork shoulder the other day at Sam's. We split it into three, so we'll get 3 meals out of it. So my son and I will make like mojo with pork, and then we'll have pork and barbecue, and then whatever with the bone part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just cut them pork steaks in half and deep fry. Johnny, I think Johnny's gonna come over for supper and probably spend the night. So
Oh yeah, I did just pork chops and applesauce. Love pork chops and
applesauce,
applesauce.
I never tried that. I like my
It's
white
so
gravy
good.
though. I love that over fried
Mm.
pork chop.
Yeah,
Mm.
pork chops
Like
and applesauce. Dip it into the applesauce. So good.
never try. I'm gonna have to try it.
I like getting there's Mott's used to have it, but there's another company that has the chunky applesauce.
Or chunky.
Hmm. It's
I
really
hadn't
good.
had applesauce since I was a kid.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, I don't like the regular, and then it's got a little bit of cinnamon mixed in it. So if you like cinnamon, I forget what the
Oh yeah,
company is. I have a bottle in my cabinet, but it's one of my go-tos now
Mm-hmm.
I
because Mott's
got.
stuff's in it.
You see that pantry? That cabinet behind me, that door right
Yeah.
there. Well,
Mm.
one just like that, but it's on this side of me. One of those, the bottom shelf, and I got the short seasonings, the little short cans of them, containers.
Yeah.
I got them stacked on top of each other. But anyway, that it's full. It's full. One door is full of seasonings.
I believe it. I took an old because my kitchen's so small. I took an old DVD shelf or CD shelf, and I put 4 casters on it, 4 big heavy duty wheels on it, and then I
Right.
moved my refrigerator a little bit, and I have it between my refrigerator and the counter next to my stove. So I've got all my spices on that, so I can just wheel it out and grab my spices off the different shelves.
Oh, yeah, there
You know,
you go.
on top I've got like the spray, so the bigger stuff, and then in the cabinet I've got my big can of olive oil.
You ever make your own sausage, Boo?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I got a video on us making the sausage.
Mm-hmm.
I got another video somewhere of us smoking it too, but
Mhm.
I don't know where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Either I didn't put it on YouTube, or I
Mhm.
did put it on YouTube. It's on my other channel, my Beltloop29 channel.
Okay.
It's gardening and cooking and
Uh-huh.
small engine repair. The
Okay.
small engine goes with gardening, tillers and stuff like that.
Okay.
And because I did that for a living not long ago. I just retired from that.
Uh-huh. Y'all have a lot of La Boucheries over there?
Boucheries,
Yep.
yeah, or we call them a couchon de lait too.
Uh-huh.
Either way, it's the same meaning. Yeah, they had one in town the Sunday before Mardi Gras.
Oh.
Every Sunday before Mardi Gras, they have one in town showing the tourists, and then they make a backbone stew.
Mm-hmm.
When they cut up the hog, they don't butcher the hog right there. The slaughterhouse supplies them. They supply 4 of them, but they'll make boudin right on the spot, sausage right on the spot, and then they'll and cracklings, and they'll cut up the cracklings and all right there, and then render the cracklings down, fry them down, and then they'll sell lard, cracklings, boudin, and backbone stew.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My wife's relatives used to do it. I didn't get to go to one. They had their last one right before we met, and they don't do them anymore over there by where they live in Basile. My in-laws family.
Basile's next town over from me.
Yeah.
What's their last name?
Young.
You ain't talking about Mark Young and them.
I don't think so. This one was his shoot, what was her name? Brennan Young, Doug Young, and then there's a couple of other ones. Going into find
Harry. You know Harry?
Harry Young.
Harry.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's Nonk Ali's son. Nonk Ali Young.
No, but I'll ask her about it. I've heard her say that name. No,
Musician. He's a musician, accordion player, and his son Harry, took after him. And Harry's he had the band. And it was Harry Young, Mark Young. You see who was on the drums? Cody LaFleur was on the drums. Who was on the bass? Trying to think. Oh, he passed away, and then there was another well-known bass player that took his place. But anyway, they got good music. They got a few albums, CDs out.
My dad used to play bass when he was younger. He played for George Jones before he got popular at the 87 Club in Beaumont. He played with him. That's before he got popular and stuff. And I tried to learn to play bass. I still got my bass. I just don't take the time to do it. But eventually I'm going to do it, get off my butt and do it. Do you play any instruments?
Yeah, I had an accordion, played that, guitar. The T-Fi, the triangle. That's like when you play unplugged, acoustic, there's no drums. So it's just a guitar player, fiddle, accordion, and a T-Fi player. The T-Fi takes the place of the drums. And it's percussion, considered percussion instrument.
Okay, Gary, I won't forget. Thanks. You told me to hit the live stream, end the stream when I'm ready to get off.
Yeah, make sure it says end before you call.
Yeah, I get a lot of watch hours.
No, not just that, but it's like you go to talk to somebody and you think you've ended it, and you go to say something you shouldn't have said, and that's you have to call your friends and say, "It happened to my friend. Can you please edit the last 5 minutes of the live?"
Yeah, because a lot of people, what they do when they end the stream, they stay backstage and they talk about what they're going to do next week or what have you, or just shoot the breeze. And you got a hot mic right there. And if you say the wrong thing, well,
it's out.
Hot mic and audio, you think the stream ended, but because when you hit in broadcast at the top, and it's going to pop up another little box in broadcast, and then you kind of wait to make sure, and then you backstage, and then you can leave the studio. Some people, I've never done it, but I've almost done it one time. I leave the studio while the stream's still running.
Yeah, make sure, because I'll say end stream usually in the middle of where our images are. But if the box disappears on top of end stream and not live, then you're off.
And then your timer will stop too.
Yeah, watch your clock.
Up on the top left, that'll stop running. That way for sure you're not lying.
Yeah.
And then if you want, later on, if you want to talk to somebody and show them something instead of talking on the phone, you can like the next day or whatever, it doesn't matter. You can go in StreamYard, and instead of hit create broadcast, you can go in past broadcasts. You click on past broadcasts, and you pick any one of them, and you click on the 3 dots all the way to the right, and they'll say enter studio. And you'll be in an old live stream. It's not recording, it's not doing nothing, and it's not taking any of your hours up, your stream hours. So you can be back there and talking with 1 to however many people you want. And whatever your limit is. I don't know if you got a limit because you're not actually broadcasting. So, but that's if you got something to show to somebody or what have you, all of that.
Yeah.
I'm here if my son's down.
No, but sometimes some people will cuss, and they don't normally cuss live, but they'll cuss backstage, you know, and
Or say something private.
people
they don't want
are
to
hearing
know.
it. They say, "Oh, well, he cusses when he's not live." I mean, yeah, he cusses when he's not live.
I'm sorry, not private, but something personal that you don't want everybody to know.
So,
Well, yeah, guys, it looks like I'm gonna have to end it. My wife's about home, so I appreciate y'all coming on and supporting my live and
all right.
everything.
Well, I appreciate you having me up. It was good being on a panel with you, and
Awesome.
There's good seeing you again. Everybody in the chat. So
I'll see you
I'll
tonight.
do my
I'll
do my outro, and then I'll because I got to make a few phone calls and that. Anyway, it's good being north of the grass. Y'all stay safe. Be that way. Be that way. Stay safe. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. We'll catch y'all later. A Pluta.
Yeah, I gotta get some stuff going here. She's gonna be home.
All right, and it does say your clock's not moving. You're not ended yet.
No, I'm not in it yet. I'm fixing to get in. Yeah,
I'm like, you're still going.
Yep. So I see you. You going live Friday night, huh?
I'm going live Friday night, and I'll be over hanging out with Simon tonight and the guys. And then I'll have DJ on the other screen because he's live also. And well, DJ's at 9, and he goes for like an hour or two, and then Simon goes from 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central till whenever he says, "Okay, I've had enough."
Okay, well, I'll see you later, Des. You take
I
care.
will see you guys later.
All right. Bye-bye.